Hey Joe fans, I'm JoeFan82 here with another action figure review. And no, this isn't an action figure, this is a lunchbox, but the action figure is inside. This is a review for the version 2 figure of Leonidas from Boss Fight Studio, and he comes in this new lunchbox. And I wasn't really looking forward to the lunchbox, but I have to say, having it in hand, it is very nice. The artwork is great. On one side you have Medusa version 1 and Stonefist and some other characters from the Greek line from Boss Fight. On the side we've got some more. Achilles is there. Really nice artwork. I'm very pleasantly surprised. And then we've got some more on this side. And it looks like Leonidas version 1 there. And over here we've got the Myrmex warrior and then undead skeleton. And of course the lunchbox main background color is the Boss Fight orange. So on the top you've got the handle. It's a black plastic handle. And then we've got the lock here. And we'll open it up. And inside is a very well displayed version 2 Leonidas. I really love the packaging on this. Almost tempted not to even open it, but wouldn't be much of a review without opening it, right? So here we go. And here he is out of the package. First off, let me say I realized after I finished filming that I have his shield upside down during the rest of this video, so before you light up the comments letting me know, I know it's upside down. I apologize. Please forgive me. Moving on. He looks great. Here we've got a closer look at the head sculpt. Fantastic. I believe it's the same as the version 1, but very nicely done. He's got black hair and a black beard. Just look at the detail on the sculpt on this. It's incredible. Very well done. Paint apps are sharp and on point, as is with all of the Boss Fight figures that I've seen so far. He's got gold, bright shiny gold armor, very well sculpted. They even have it sculpted on the top where the front and back pieces are attached. Very nicely done. And I think this is the basic body that they use for a lot of their figures, but it's still a very nice sculpt with excellent detail. Moving down, he's got the area covering his groin. It's black and red. This is a softer plastic than the figure. It's a little pliable, so you can move his legs around and it won't break or pop off or anything. But the paint is great, and his legs going down there, and he's got some bright gold armor across his shins and his knees, and these are also in that same sort of softer plastic, and of course sandals on his feet. Let's take a look at his accessories. Again, his upside down shield. It's a very nice sculpt. Great paint. It's got a red and black triangle scheme across the outer edge. And a shiny gold. And look at that detail, the texture on that sculpt. Great job. And you'll see I always have a trouble getting their hands through on the shields, and to me it looks like the hoop for his fingers is a little bit too small for his fingers to go in, but even if you can get his forearm through that first clasp there, it stays on pretty well. It might be a little loose to touch it, but it will not fall off. His helmet is a nice shiny gold. Again, another great sculpt. He's got a black and red plume on the top with it trailing in red on the back. Now if you notice his helmet slipping down a little bit or moving around, it's an easy fix. You can just put your thumb or finger underneath his beard and push down on the helmet and it'll slide right into place. He comes with a really well done sheath for one of his swords. As you can see, it wraps, the strap goes all the way around his shoulder. He's got a clasp, a buckle there in the middle, painted silver. The paint apps on this are really nice. You can even see sort of the leather texture across on the sheath there. Black and gold details. Very well done. And this really, I think, is meant to hold this specific sword that it comes with. It's a thinner than the other ones. You can see this other one has a much thicker blade, and it might give you some trouble trying to stick that into the sheath. As you'll see here, doesn't really, it might go in if you try to force it, but I wouldn't, and I would just use the thinner blade for this holder. The hands that he comes with already attached have a joint right there that goes up and down that way, and you might not think of having hands as an accessory, but he comes with an extra set that have the joint going in the opposite direction. So instead of up and down at the thumb, they go up and down at the palm. So you can have him, really, you're not limited as to the poses you can do with his hands, thanks to this extra set of hands that it comes with. A really nice looking spear. It's a dark brown and gold tip and gold at the end. It's a sturdy piece of plastic. It's not flimsy at all. He comes with several gold bladed weapons. This is the first one we're looking at. It's the thickest blade out of all of them. It comes with a shorter, thicker blade. These all have brown handles. Here's a longer version of that same blade. You'll notice the thickness. It's the one we tried to stick into that sheath earlier, and it was just a little bit too thick on the end. And then here's what I'm calling the standard blade that he would use for that sheath. And a figure stand, a black Boss Fight Studio figure stand. Let's look at articulation. His head is on one of those barbell joints and very well articulated. He can move in almost any direction that you would want. Very nice range of motion. His shoulders come up about so far, and they can do a full 360. Got a nice 90-degree bend at the elbow. That can also do a full 360. And same thing with the wrists. And these parts are all intended to be customizable. You can take off any of these parts and mix and match with other Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S figures. So while they're sturdy in place, you can also take them out without too much trouble. His legs come apart about that far, and you'll notice his movement was not hindered at all by the sculpt of his armor. So very nice range of motion there. He does have double jointed knees, and you notice his shin armor is separate from his knees. It's not one piece, so really nicely done there. His feet can do a full 360 at the ankle, and they do have that slight up and down joint there. Here's another final shot of all the accessories at one time, quite a bit. Here he is with some other Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S figures. We got Achilles on the left and a cursed Spartan warrior on the right. I think he scales pretty well with other 1/18th scale figures, G.I. Joe and Marvel Universe, for example. Just for fun, here's Leonidas in action against a coral snake Gorgon with Medusa closing in behind him. So what do I think about Leonidas version 2? This is another standout figure from Boss Fight. I love the gold armor. It really makes him stand out on the shelf. The way it contrasts with the red and black of the rest of his uniform. Great articulation, great paint apps. The paint apps are very well done as usual from Boss Fight, and there's not really much else I can say negatively about this figure. It's all positive, really. The only thing I would say is if he had rocker ankles, that you could have him in a little bit better dynamic posing, but other than that, this figure is just about perfect. I hope you liked this look at Leonidas version 2. If you did, why not let me know with a like, and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.